14 podcast presented by FanDuel Canada and Avery. Just as things were going well, 3 comeback wins. They find a way to humble us. 0-5 Blue Jays in the weekend. How you feeling, Abe? I mean, Christ, this is...
I'm feeling fine. That's Paul. I would like to be the first to say happy Johnny June today. 28 years old. We're almost 30. We're gonna be 30 soon,
Yeah,
which is insane to say. But happy birthday. Happy to be doing this with you all along. I mean, when did we start doing this? 23? How old were we?
22? No, 23, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've been growing up through this. It's
No,
been
22.
was it
Because the
no.
Mariners home playoff series.
Sorry, no. How old were we when we started?
25?
Maybe 4. Maybe 24.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, 24, I guess, technically.
Yeah. So been going through that. Been great. I hope you had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, celebrate the life of Johnny Juta. Do you have things that you want to accomplish for your year, your Colby Rasmus year? Is that what
Yeah,
he
it
wore?
is Cole Erasmus, I guess. What do I want to accomplish? I just want to enjoy a baseball team maybe in my 28th year. Because I know it's taking years off my life watching. But yeah, I think what I want to accomplish when I'm 28. I think the biggest thing is Toronto Blue Jays based. Like there's really nothing else going for me. So I would probably say Toronto Blue Jays at least are a competitive team by like August, September, so we can enjoy something. Actually, what I'd like to accomplish is the Toronto Blue Jays hitting home runs. Currently in the basement of that.
You can't possibly think they're gonna finish last, right?
I know I don't. I don't.
Okay. So
Yeah.
why just sent me a text saying he hates hearing people talk about the Jays being in last because there's no possible way they finish, and if they do, then we've stopped watching this team through July. So
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, just a bad week, like total turn of the vibes in the ninth as of yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Again, I like to chalk that up to ball. How and it sucks to do
You
that, and yet
can't
and
Avery, the thing
yesterday's.
is
But
you
like,
can't
what
chalk up
changes do?
today's
No, today's not. Today's was different than Saturday's game. Like Jimmy
Saturday's
Garcia.
game. I agree. I think I'm agreeing on Saturday's game, chalking it up to ball. Like the Jays had 3 consecutive comeback wins. They had no business winning. Maybe Friday they had business winning, but the Red Sox 6-0 game and the Red Sox 8th inning Vladdy bomb kind of had no business winning those games. So Saturday it's kind of just the baseball gods humbling you, giving it back to you. But today was kind of inexcusable. In terms of the runner and scoring position stuff, like that 8th inning legitimately killed me.
Why?
Second and third, 1 out, you don't score?
Yeah, that sucked. That I thought you were talking about like
Yeah.
actually watching that sucks. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. The Miles Straw pop out on what was it, the first pitch that barely gets out of the infield. That does suck to watch. But I think like managing decision. Everyone is so quick to like, hey, this is John Schneider's fault. He made horrible decisions, bad bullpen decisions today. I don't know how you can. He just threw out the guys who were available to pitch today. He did nothing but that. I can't chirp any of those bullpen decisions today. The Jimmy Garcia one, if you bring in Yariel Rodriguez in the ninth inning, 2 outs,
Oh, the
he's
fan base would, I mean,
He's guaranteed to walk the first guy. I know
I,
he struck out the guy he faced, but if
yeah.
Yariel Rodriguez, it's different when there's bases loaded, 2 out in a 1-run game based on you're down and you get the
Yeah.
first guy. Like he would almost guarantee he walks the first guy, knowing what he does. Like
Oh,
I,
for
I
sure.
don't think there's anything managing that went wrong with this weekend. I can't find it in me to care about any decisions and just like place blame really.
Yeah, it's fair. I think Saturday, I had shocker. I changed opinions. I go, why did you continue to throw to Yimmy? But Yimmy's earned that role, right? Like Yimmy Garcia has earned that opportunity to pitch out of things, right? If he gets out of this, we're not saying, oh my God, John Schneider threw him for 30 pitches. We're not saying that. But I originally said put in Yariel. Then looking back on it today, I'm kind of fine with the Yimmy Garcia decision, keeping him in there. Because who do you trust? Yimmy Garcia, who kind of had the yips at the moment, or Y Rod, who is a goddamn loose cannon, who you have no idea what's happening, right? Like that's kind of where I am with that, Abe. What take were you sitting on when you saw that happen? Because
I
I
would have
saw you said,
no, I would have made the move 100%. Like I think of it as if I'm in the dugout, I'm the pitching coach, I'm doing that thing. He
yeah,
was cooked. Like everyone there knew he was cooked, but like you trust him enough to be around this. I know not that, I mean, he just walked Bo Naylor to get Schneeman up to the plate. He just didn't have it. But again, if we are in this position, do we want our manager trusting our guys who are good more often? And then you take the one-off chance of, hey, is this guy going to be big in this big spot?
yeah,
I know it was like the Kevin Gausman thing too, leaving him in. It's like, yeah, you're a little different, obviously,
yeah.
because you're trying to get through a doubleheader with Gausman. I'm fine with letting the guys who got you there be the guys who try and get you out of things, even when it's not their best stuff. Like Jimmy had earned that one. I personally would have gone to Yariel, but as soon as it happened, I understand where they're coming from, and I don't think it's a bad move at all. Like
And
if literally if Yariel gives up that grand slam, John Schneider would be shot on the way out of
oh
that
my
place.
God.
So that it ultimately that's where I got to where I'm just fine with it.
Yeah, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, especially with
Yeah.
this fan base, right? I mean, this is my thing that kind of aggravated me and has aggravated me for a while now is we're doing the classic thing where we're just overworking the bullpen. It's like the Toronto Blue Jays have refused to win a game and just take it off the bullpen's arm. Like Jeff Hoffman has to pitch every single win. Yimi Garcia has to pitch every single win. Mason Fluharty's even getting it. Brendan Little's getting
No,
overworked.
Brennan Little's throwing the most out of all of the guys.
Yeah, and it's like it's because of the offense not being able to put it away. And we saw it on Saturday. They're up 3-0. They went 1 for 10, I believe, the remainder of the game with runner scoring position. 1 for 10. Today, you, you force a bullpen game again to keep it close because you can't cash guys in. It's a very frustrating brand of baseball. And it's actually, it blows my mind that this offense, how bad it is right now. Like, even when they win, though, it's bad, Abe. Like, they can't steamroll a team.
No, but again, like, do we think the offense is going to be that bad the whole season? It's bad right now.
But
It
there
is
is a correlation of a long term process of this offense being bad.
process is different than just the players are probably bad. Like, um, they're trying to change the process with new hitting coaches, but yeah, it's the players are that are up at bat. Like we kind of know what they are. We shouldn't really get that many surprises from guys we know about. It's the Jimenez and the Santanders that we don't know about that we bring in. But Santander, you know that he can hit home runs, and that's why you bring him in. I just don't think they're going to finish close to the bottom of home runs, and I think they're going to be way better against right-handed pitching. They just haven't found a way to get the big hit right now. Sorry, the last 2 days. But you got the big hit on Friday. You got the big hit the 2 games before that with the Vlad home run, Santander home run. Again, it's just the way baseball works. It's a long season, and when you live and die on every single pitch, we get to spots like where we're talking about, oh, the offense is bad and not clutch after 2 games when they were clutch the 3 games before. It's just how things are when there's a microscope on every single pitch, the way we watch baseball and the way the people we follow on Twitter and stuff like that follow baseball. It's it's going to have like they were an above league average team against right-handed pitching, and you bring in Santander to hit home runs, who's better than that as well. You do miss like the one thing Seth brought this up in our chat is the Spencer Horwitz. I thought they had two like pretty clear replacements for him when they traded him away in Will Wagner and Alan Roden, and neither of them have been able to replicate like the Spencer Horwitz thing. So I think once they find someone to kind of take that over, but again, if Kirk even hits a little bit better than he did last year, that kind of finds a way to even out. We just need another leap from someone, man, and that's what we've been missing. We're doing the whole platoon shift. That was the thing, baseball that's just pissed me off as of late. Uh, it makes sense to me, but then you get to the later innings and it's like, does this actually make sense? My thought, it happened today where Tanner Bybee comes out of the game, 6th inning, cramp issues. They bring in a lefty. So automatically, Alan Roden and Addison Barger are taken out of the game for Ernie and Miles Straw. But then after that, you get three straight right-handers from Cleveland. You get Cade Smith, you get Hunter Gaddis, and then you get Emmanuel Clase. And you've burned those two guys that are there to hit right-handed pitching. The Twins do it a lot. Even the Guardians have done it all the games. It's just weird to me, like full lineup swaps in the sixth inning when you have so much more baseball left and some like bigger pitches. If you're close to the game in the ninth, there's bigger pitches, bigger opportunities there. But I do get it. You want to pounce and try and score runs when you can. You can't give up sixth inning at bats. But again, that's the thing that's kind of like confused me as the way baseball has gone with making all those moves.
I'm trying, Avery. I tweeted it. I'm trying to be better in terms of the chirping player stuff, like Addison Barger, who I've obviously been very hard on. I mean, Ernie got me a signed Addison Barger jersey for my birthday. But at what point is this just what he is, though? Like, again, meets baseball savant man. The swing speed is awesome. The exit velocity is awesome. But holy fuck, man. Watching this dude's at bats this season and last season, it's terrible. Like, and I try to be like, all right, he'll figure out some point. Today, first at bat, pops up to the catcher on the first fucking pitch. Um, on Friday, like take the lead, come back, right where Nathan Lucas took the lead for them. He pops up into foul territory. It's like the dude at some point, this is over 200 major league at bats, Avery. This is not a 30 at bat sample size. The dude has just been lackluster, not good, and just horrific for this baseball team right now when he's had a chance to steal a spot.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I'm gonna go on Fangraphs and figure out what he's done. He hasn't put it together at the big league level yet. And I mean, he's 25 too. Like this is not a write-off situation on Addison Barger, but like the the thought process right now is people are trying to group in Ernie in there, Roden in there, and Addison Barger. And you can kind of group them together. But like we saw Ernie put together a season where he was like just below league average. I don't think he's going to be a 60 weighted runs created plus guy that he is right now. Like we have the big sample size, and I think he can hit in the big leagues, and he can obviously play defense. With Addison Barger, we just haven't seen it at the big, and he hasn't like dominated too many levels on his way up. He's got all the skills. He really does, and
It's
they're
just
evident.
so
And I think,
frustrating.
but I think he's found like I think there's a clear upgrade in his strike zone knowledge this year compared to last year.
Sure.
And again, there's building blocks, and it sucks when he gets put in. Seems like a lot of big spots as of late, and just hasn't been able to come through.
Like I'm
I do
rooting for
think
the guy now. Like again, I'm not gonna let the fucking losers of Twitter who constantly talk about he's like the greatest player ever affect my thought process on him. I said I'm gonna move past it and I'm just gonna go in with a clean slate. But like at some point, how long are we just showing baseball savant profiles? Like at some point, let's just show stats and highlights.
yeah, I don't think baseball savant profiles should be shown and like to say how people are until you're like 2 months into the season. I
Yeah.
I try and get away. Like, hey man, in the first month of the season, I'm fine if you just show me his counting stats. Like people are doing it for Jonathan Aranda after the first 2 weeks. Obviously, he's still been playing well. It's like, yeah, man, he's hit like 5 home runs. I know all of his circles are going to be red. He's going to be in the 99th percentile of everything. Just show me the counting stats for a little bit, and then like 2 full months of at bats, we see process, we see swing rates, we see whiff rates as well. Then it's like, okay, you try and normalize that a little bit. But yeah, Barger is rocking a 23 weighted runs created plus right now.
Yeah.
Not great. Batting average balls in play, really, really low. OBP low. He's obviously better than this, but like they're starting to give him the chance. He's getting a lot of at
He's
bats.
getting run.
Yeah, it's very small samples. Like it's not even a spring training's worth sample size. But
Yeah. But
again,
I think over the his
you,
career, it's
he
over.
he started to like the at bats have gotten worse than gotten better. Like I thought he had really good at bats to start
Yeah, no,
when
he
he came
did.
up.
It's the weird pop-ups to the catcher, pop-ups in foul territory and high leverage situations, like ground balls to the right side when we need a ball in the air. It's like the little things like that are frustrating to watch as a fan. That's all I'm saying.
But all of our fringe hitters do that type of stuff.
No,
Like
exactly. I
think about
tweeted it.
Dalton Varsho, his infield fly ball
Yeah.
percentage. I felt like he led the world in infield fly ball percentage last season. Kirk does it too. Yeah, it's just baseball. He hasn't put it together. And, like I'm not gonna can't possibly write Addison Barger up. Rodon, I his usage now is suspect. He wasn't gonna play today if Dalton Varsho wasn't scratched because of that. It's like it's not doing any good for Rodon sitting as much as he sat the last week. But who's the next guy? I don't think. I don't think. I called him Emmanuel. I don't think Jonathan Klaus is coming up and being a game changer.
No.
He's probably the guy to take the roster spot, but I don't think he's like a game changer and everyone's gonna be like, oh, you should have stuck with the other people. It's just they're
Yeah.
not huge prospects that have like killed the world in the minors. Addison Barger is going to be okay, I think. Um, the feet wet stuff, yeah, I haven't shown it to be good, but he has the skills to be able to do it.
The tools are there. That's the thing that sucks. Like, and I tweeted earlier today, like, we need at least two or maybe even one of the Buffalo boys to steal a spot for this baseball team to be good, right? Because we saw how good the lineup can be when Dalton Varsho is back and you slot in a guy like Rodon or Lucas or Barger in the bottom of that lineup to complement like Jimenez hitting in the nine hole. But all lackluster. I believe Ernie is leading OPS for the Buffalo boys and he has like a 510 OPS. Like, no one has really been able to steal a roster spot on this baseball team, and that's what's going to be the Achilles heel of this team. Is no guys are taking a leap when they're expected, and when we need them to take a leap, and that's what sucks for it. I think 50-year-old JD Martinez could be better at this point. I truly do think that.
Well, yeah, he's a better hitter than all of them.
Yeah,
Whereas, like, those aren't the positions we're looking for, though, right? Like, JD Martinez isn't playing third base. JD Martinez isn't playing left field. We want Santander out of the outfield probably, and he's the DH. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
yeah,
I also don't think it's a hot take that JD Martinez is a better hitter than all those people. It's certainly not. Just don't think it makes too much roster sense because you're going to have to give up defense for that. Which
yeah,
I know everyone who's going to listen to this is going to say, "Yep, that's exactly what we want to do," and it might be the right thing, but
yeah.
I don't know. Some of the
I
Santander
don't know. It
routes are
just
amazing.
this what game pissed you off more? Saturday. I mean, Saturday was kind of like you said. It was kind of just ball because it was a guy who had a 0 ERA going into that game, giving up a bomb. Like it's
Yeah,
you can't
none
really
of the games made me mad.
like today was frustrating though.
Should have had every opportunity to win.
Like Emmanuel Clase was begging the Jays to walk that off or come back.
As soon as Jimenez swing bunt and then Clase throws it into the stands pretty much.
Yeah.
I thought they had something. And then Bo again. The only thing that pissed me off was Bo not scoring in the first inning. I think that was the only
You
thing
think
that
he should have jumped?
no, I think he should have scored from second base on the Vladdy hit.
Oh, on the Vladdy hit.
Yeah, the whole thing after that was like kind of okay. The only way I thought it was because who has Manzardo, I guess, was playing first today. I don't totally remember, but I know he was in the lineup. Manzardo catches the ball. So my first thing is Bo should have scored from second base on the Vladdy hit. Like it should have been 1-0 immediately. But as soon as that play with Vladdy on first, Bo on third, Santander hits it hard to first. Manzardo's first play isn't look at Bo. His first play is kind of turn his back and touch first. So the only way that would have worked, contact play was on, and Bo just takes off. I think he scores that run. After that, it was just no man's land. Vladdy was trying to get back to first after he touched it. That
Yeah.
was just a cluster. Like, it was gonna. I think it was gonna be a double play. So like, the only way it gets out of that is Bo is just back on third, and we're fine. But again, you had Vlad on second after that. I just wish he would have scored from second base on the Vlad hit.
So I got some hashtag how do I say this? Hashtag insult stats about our Toronto Blue Jays.
Hell yeah.
The Blue Jays are slugging 351 as a team with a 661 OPS. This is their lowest mark through 34 games since 1981. Since 1981. 50? No, 43 years ago, Avery.
Hell yeah.
44 years ago. 44 seasons ago. Not great, Ave.
No, but half of the league is OPSing in the 600s. Like it's I think that oh, they haven't been good. Like it's
But Avery,
no
my
mistake.
point and my frustration to play devil's advocate with you is what factors make you think it's going to get better? There is no factors the last 3 years.
No,
They've
the
objectively been a terrible team with runner in scoring position last year, year before, 3 years ago. Didn't score runs, didn't hit home runs. What like where are you seeing this sort of silver lining in this offense?
the runners in scoring position thing,
But
like
it's always happened.
sure, but that happens for every team, I think. Like who
Every team is last in
no,
baseball.
no. Like I think there is fluidity in where you do how you do with runners in scoring position. There's like some really, really great clutch hitters in baseball. But I do think it's up and down all the time. So we can go through some of the other seasons. I'm going to do that here. Runners in scoring position.
Yeah, it's just not to be Johnny negative. I mean, the Jays are 2 games back of 500. It's just this teeter tottering around 500 is going to make me stir crazy. I would just love to just at least be above 500 for a week.
Yeah. The Seattle Mariners this season are 26th with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, but they're hitting home runs though, so it doesn't
They
matter.
they are. They are doing that. And I think the Toronto Blue Jays are going to hit home runs as well. Like it's not totally correlated, but let's go 2024. The teams who were the best runners in scoring position are the teams that scored a ton of like the Royals. The Royals are last this year, but second last like the year before. That's what I'm showing that I think it can just be fluid all the time.
It's fair. I don't know.
Milwaukee up there too. I think they're in the bottom this year. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. That is not true. Milwaukee's good again. But yeah, the Royals are dog shit and they were really good last year. I think the home runs are going to come and it's going to like the offense will be better. It's the bottom guys that need to are going to take them to the next step because they are a just above league average offense in their current state most likely. It's the bottom guys that are going to take them over the top. And who do you honestly think are those guys to take them over the top? Do we even have them?
No. Uh, okay, so we expected a Will Wagner bounce back after last year.
Or
S-
a continuation, yeah.
Scuffled. Yeah, continuation. Scuffled. In spring training, we talked about, oh my God, Alan Rodin's the second coming of Christ. This guy's raking in the spring. Terrible this year. Nathan Lucas has been the best Buffalo boy. And he's a guy that everyone, including me, wanted DFA'd. Me and him had a nice DM conversation Friday night. And he's just, I mean, he's a great, he seems like a great guy. But we had a discussion about that. And Nathan Lucas is a guy who's probably been the best out of all the Buffalo boys. Is that a hot take? I don't think it is
No,
at
and
all.
he was the one who had done it the year before
Yeah, exactly.
in 30 games, albeit, but he
Yeah.
had shown that he could hit major league pitching. And that I think that's where the Addison Barger thing comes back in, that he had the same run and didn't do it. But when Addison Barger is 30, do I think he's able to do that? Yeah, I do think he'll be able to do that as well. So that's why I'm not writing him off. But it's gonna need a big leap. And Seth was right. They're kind of missing like the Horwitz next guy type thing. But you thought you added it when you had Jimenez hitting in the four hole for a little bit. Let him rock at the bottom. I'm cool with that now. Like he's found his way. Will George cool off? Probably. Will Santander get hotter? Probably. Will Vlad start hitting home runs? I think so. Um,
Yeah.
we know what the offense is gonna be, and it's not this bad, and it's not the Yankees. Like it's finding a way, and I think that's good enough to get into the playoffs. Then it's you got
But
to
the thing is,
find the
though, is
miracle.
at what point do you have to take some stress off of a bullpen? Like every single game the Toronto Blue Jays have played has been a high stress. We need a bullpen guy to get six, 7 outs, right? We need our bullpen to get 6, 7 crucial outs with a zero. Because I don't know if the offense is going to come back and score.
But
It's
I think that comes back to who we're playing too. We're not miles away better than the best teams in baseball. That's obvious. And you had the tough teams you play.
how good do you think the Guardians are, man?
The Guardians are good at playing their style of baseball. I'll say that.
It's
Like
just again like I'm
I
comparing
think the
myself to
Jays
these.
I think they can be on par with the Guardians. And that's like the Guardians probably win their division. The Jays would face them maybe in the first round of the playoffs. And I think it'd be a good, like decently even match series. They got a good bullpen.
Yeah,
But like I think 1 through 9, they're better.
easily.
Yeah. So I like the
It's the
Guardians.
bottom of the order that's going to essentially, it's the depth that's going to, and everyone talks about home runs. Like you look at other teams, like their depth pieces are able to leave the yard. The Toronto Blue Jays depth pieces are essentially contact merchants, right, Ave? Like, I mean, we're talking about Alan Roden, who's a contact guy. Ernie's a contact guy. Nathan Lucas is a contact guy. Jimenez is a contact guy. Contact guy. That's half of your lineup. That is essentially guaranteed to not leave the yard, right? That's just what it is. And it's tough to watch. It's a tough brand of baseball to watch. Can you win with it? Yeah, probably you can, but you have to be perfect in other facets. And that's what sucks about it.
I do think they miss team speed way more than any other team because they have those contact guys and can't run. Like you watch Stephen Kwan play, pressure on the defense. He makes great plays in the outfield, faster than a lot of people. But as a team, the amount they hit the ball in play, like they're just not fast enough to beat stuff out. The base running is not good enough. I do think like team speed is a place where it really hurts them because they're not going to have those huge power hitters at the bottom, but they also don't run great. Um, and I think that hurts them a lot. Jimenez is the one who's trying to fix that. He's stealing a bunch of bases for the team. But those other guys too, they're just not fast enough to steal a ton of bases and put more pressure than you'd want to, like cause havoc. We just make contact and let hope it gets through the infield because we're not going to beat anything out, right?
Yeah, it's and I mean I have been impressed with some guys on the team. I mean, George Springer has there's not many more good things I can say about Springer changing his approach and excelling at it, to be honest. He looks unbelievable this season. He looks awesome. Uh Kirk has looked unbelievable the last couple of weeks. But and Vladdy's just Vladdy. I mean, he's gonna get you 1, 2 hits a game always, no matter what, essentially. And I mean, even today, he's cashed the runner in the ninth, sack fly, albeit, which kind of
You kind of
killed the
stopped it.
rally.
Yeah.
Kind of killed the rally, right? Because it leaves a runner out first with 1 out instead of potentially first to third or whatever like that. But um, it is just it's been a weird season in terms of offense wise, and it's kind of a miracle this team's 2 games below 500 based off of how bad some of the stretches have been. Like we're talking about a team who's 2 games below 500, Abe, that went on a stretch where they went 1-7,
That's what
right?
I'm.
Like
Yes. I think we know what the team is. Like, we're not going to get too high, and I don't think we should get too low on them either. They've played some really, really bad baseball at some points of this year, and then they've played baseball where they've found a way to win. They haven't played baseball where they're dominating all the teams they're playing. And I hope that's a stretch. I think this Angels series is a big series to show if they've got any killer instinct in them.
yeah, and this is an Angels team that stinks. Let's
They
just call it what
they
it is.
suck, yeah.
Mike Trout's not playing. He's on the IL. They are essentially just Zach Neto, right? It's a Zach Neto show for the Los Angeles Angels. And the biggest thing is you need to beat these poverty teams because you're not facing them a lot. Because after this, you got a team in the Mariners who is just steamrolling. 7 straight series wins for the Mariners. Seven straight. So it's not going to get easier after this Angels series. So you got to take advantage of opportunities like this, man. And that's the thing, right?
And
I
I think
mean,
we're facing the only two good Angels pitchers that they have as well.
Kikuchi and who?
Tyler Anderson.
Yeah. Lefties.
Yeah, we get two left. Kikuchi's gonna cut up the Jays, I think, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, just a
Revenge game?
classic revenge game. He doesn't even have a win this year yet. The whip is astronomical. He's walking a ton of guys. And I think he's just like, of course, he's gonna figure it out against the Jays.
Oh yeah, that's a given. That's a given. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this series. It is fun, late night baseball on the television. You know, a little 9:30 game. But yeah, Saturday's game, I had a feeling in the pit of my stomach that was going to get blown. When he walked 3 guys, I was like, "Uh-oh. Now we're Now we're kind of in hell territory where I'm like, we're walking three guys now. This is not great, Dave. You
No,
know?
he just wasn't sharp right away.
Yeah,
I know it's stupid to say, but even like the Quan hit right away, it's like, oh, that's a little different. Tough way to start an inning as well. But yeah, cl so clearly didn't have it, but was still two pitches away from finishing the job. So
yeah. One
that
pitch
really
away.
sucked.
I think we were down to the last strike.
I think it was 0-1. Thought it was 0-1 on the Schneemann Grand Slam. But like even a guy like that who's kind of been up and down a little bit for the guards, him taking a leap, big hit. I know that's what you guys are asking for and definitely hoping for, but yep, that's ball, man.
Yeah, I
What
had a
was
great. Yeah,
did anything else piss you off from the weekend?
I think I made a tweet earlier and I said I tweeted directly about the Twitter user who I won't name, and I said it is funny that people on Twitter consistently, like this guy who is the most negative fuck on Twitter, um, talk shit about pro athletes when they've never accomplished anything. I wasn't saying he was wrong for chirping the Jays and how bad they are and about how bad they have been. I was just saying when you take a step back, in reality, it is hilarious that guys like me and you and guys on Twitter can critique pro athletes when we've never accomplished nowhere near what they're doing on a baseball field. That's the entire point I was making.
Yeah.
And this
I,
guy got
I
singled out because
actively
he is the most negative fuck on Twitter. But that's the entire point I was making. It's just when you take a step back, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I try and stop like the actual real critiques because if I ever talk to these people in person, like you can't hold a stick to anything that they've been able to accomplish athletically. And that's the internet problem too, right?
Yeah, and a lot of the guys are burners that do it anyways. Like we have to. People come at us a lot because we're friends with these guys, stuff like that. But I think we critique them to a fair amount. Like I said, the Ernie 500 OPS, do I think it'll hold? No, I think he'll get better, and he's really good defensively. Um, but yeah, it just I think that we have our faces behind our profile, so it makes it a little bit like I don't know. It's hard for me to explain it, but
No, like if someone has a problem with what they say, they will go to you and tell you that. Like any of those players, right?
yeah, for
And
sure.
those other th like when you can just tweet about how shitty you think people are, they don't really have to
And
back
this
that up.
guy, I mean, this guy, this guy called John Schneider a slur last year because he got mad about a manager decision. Like I can't argue with guys that are not mentally sane like that. But speaking about that, Nathan Lucas tweeted at me on Friday. I sang the song of "I'm Sorry" by Justin Bieber, and I said I messaged to Nathan Lucas, and he tweeted at me. Uh, I forgot what he said. It was something like thank you or whatever. I forgot what it was, but it was really nice. And then I look 4 minutes later, I got a DM from Nathan Lucas saying like, I'm not gonna say the exact DM. I don't want to leak what he said, but he essentially was just like, the hate or the love fuels me no matter what. Like I'm just. I love being up here and I love working for this. Like it was like really a nice message from Nathan Lucas, and then he signed it off with his name. Like his name wasn't on his profile, but shout out Nathan Lucas for that. And yeah, I mean, we are a Nathan Lucas clutch at bat with 2 outs in the eighth, away from potentially getting swept. Right? I mean,
Yep.
it was a great at bat from Nathan Lucas. It's funny how baseball works sometimes, though, huh? Like the Twitter GMs wanted Nathan Lucas sent to Guantanamo Bay, and he's been the best Buffalo guy. I mean, we did too, but he's been the best Buffalo Bison player so
I
far.
think he made some poor like decisions early. Yeah.
Oh, for
That
sure.
that
I
were
think the
out.
base running doesn't help him.
No, I think it was just someone playing outside of his game and who he was, like trying to make big play, try and kind of be hero mode, and he's just gotten back to what he knows, and that's huge. So yeah, funny message. What did he sign it off as? Like he's gonna be 30
Yeah,
or
31-year-old that
soon to
everyone
be.
loves to hate on.
Yeah, that was very funny too. But yeah, just a classic baseball weekend. We had you're lucky enough to get those Banner Club seats.
Yeah.
Me and Emma went. That was awesome. Really good view of the ninth inning grand slam, which sucked. Like as soon as you made contact, you knew that was gone. But there was a new PA announcer. Um, there was a new PA announcer at the Rogers Center, and that feels very weird to my ears when we were there all weekend. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know if
was a
the
different one.
yeah, I don't know if the regular guy, what's up with him, but it was just every time I've been to the Rogers Center, I'd heard the same guy's voice for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So that was very very
It is
weird to
it is
hear.
like a distinct guy that does it. Like you when you hear the voice, you know who it is. I don't know what his name is. He's a legend.
I have no
He's been
clue
doing it
what.
since I was a kid, I think, actually. So I
I
was really
Yeah, I'm gonna look up Roger Senator, PA announcer.
I forgot his name, but he's awesome.
I only
Uh
know like the Raptors guy, and when
he has a great voice. I forgot who it is though.
Tim Langton potentially.
Shout out Tim Langton.
All right, that's him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
Anything
it's just
else? I wish we had good enough
for the dome.
weather for the dome to be open. Yeah, would have been an awesome weekend to have the dome open. Miss it, man.
I thought we'd get it on Saturday. Oh, actually, never mind. It's kind of cold Saturday. When do you think over under? When do you think the dome gets opened?
Fuck, when do we play at home next?
I think 2 weeks from now.
It would have to be. I think it's like the first one.
Yeah.
I think it was his first one. It'll be the first one when they're back. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's get
Yeah.
some good weather, man. It kind of sucked this weekend when you finally have some time. Just not good enough in the summer. I hate that. But I'm looking at Seattle, and apparently that's we're getting 20 degrees in Seattle next weekend, which I'm pumped about.
20.
20
Really?
every day. Don't even have to pack pants at that weather.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I've heard nothing but great things about Seattle, to be honest. It's going to be absolutely sick.
Hoping to figure out a meeting spot on Saturday before the game as well. So if we figure that out, stay tuned. We'll blast that on socials. But that's where we're gonna do. Find a meeting spot for all of us. Grab some beers, like 3 or 4 o'clock maybe before a 6:40 start. It would be we're trying to find a spot that's like 10 minute or less walk from the stadium. Obviously, hoping to do that.
Yeah.
But
We have
Johnny's
some.
birthday weekend. Any thoughts on your weekend, John? You want to tell the people what you got up to?
It was good. Uh, so Alto got me this. You can see it if you're listening to the audio version. It's a jersey that says Gate 14. He set it up with Ernie. The signatures on it are Miles Straw, Bowden Francis, Eric Swanson, Chris Bassett, Ernie Clement, and Ernie to fuck with me got Addison Barger. I'm surprised Addison Barger signed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it was rock star shit. It was a great gift idea from Alto and Curtis. So we're gonna get that in our studio once we get the studio going. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I mean, I wish the Jays won a game on the weekend, to be
Yep.
honest with you. But Friday Jays game, I have a take, Avery. I'm so out on the Corona rooftop. Like I was trying to watch the game there, and go to Curtis. I'm like, can we just move down to 200 level? Like, just try to snag a seat somewhere else. Like, I can't do this. Like, it's impossible to pay attention. It's like you don't see what's happening. Like, no one gives a fuck that's up there watching the game. It's like a bar essentially, and I get what they're trying to do there. It makes sense, but
It's not. That's why I didn't come out. Pretty much, I was because I didn't know that you guys. I thought you guys had seats. So I was just like, yeah, come out. John's birthday Friday. And then you're like, oh yeah, you're doing rooftop. It's like I'd rather just watch the game on TV because you can actually follow what's going on, and you're there with all your boys too, right? Like
yeah,
you want to hang out with those guys and talk to them the
yeah,
whole time. It's just very hard to pay attention. But you got on TV.
yeah. So I
The
don't think the
41
guy
is back. Do you want to say that they mirrored the camera
they
somehow?
mirrored the
So
camera. Um, the camera guy Emily Agar was behind us, and the guy comes up to us and goes, "Hey, are you guys cool with being on TV? We're gonna pan into the stadium." And I go like, "I don't think you know what you're doing here." Like, all right, yeah, you could do that. So he goes and pans in, and I just fuck up and do 41, and so does Curtis. And then my phone just started exploding
yeah.
with notifications, exploding. And yeah, it was hilarious. And everyone was saying Emily Agard stuff, whatever. I was like, I didn't even talk to her. It was the producer that asked us that. But do you think the guys in the booth at Sportsnet were like,
Oh,
oh fuck?
yeah. It's like
Yeah, I mean, what are the chances?
he gets the call into his ear, and they're
Yeah,
like, I'll call him Jason, normal name. What the fuck? Why did you do that? And he'd be like, I didn't know who that guy was. Classic. And then, get some good numbers, get some out on the internet. But yeah, you and Curtis doing 41 never
yeah.
fails for people to chirp you on that, and it's always funny. But you're saying you didn't do it on purpose,
No,
so we'll figure that out in your year 28, we'll figure out the 14 with
Yeah,
the
we'll get
hands.
that going. We'll get that going, but it was hilarious though. It was hilarious though.
Do we want to get into some listener questions
Yeah, let's
here?
get a listener
We have a
question
bunch of
for
them.
before we do an Angel series recap.
Yeah. I do want to bring up people were responding on the YouTube. The midweek podcasts, I know
Yes.
people hate that they're not that long. I'm still in a tough spot where I don't know, like when we go longer, it takes my computer longer to export, it takes longer to go out, and like half the people, like we lose 1,000 people listening, watching on YouTube too. So it's a tough spot. Like how fast can we get it out? And that's always tough. So whenever it's not an hour, I feel like we did a poor job. So I feel really bad about last week. So we'll try and figure that out. We're gonna be in Seattle for next Thursday's episode. We'll watch the game and get that out as soon as possible. And then a recap next weekend. We'll all be at the same Airbnb. But
Yeah, it should be a good one. I mean,
I want to
uh,
apologize for the people for that. Like we're gonna try and find the best middle ground to be able to get it out as quick as possible. I got the new computer. It's not that much quicker than like Premiere still takes that time. So I think it's like, hey, I got to figure out a way to do it on OBS, record it on that. So it's just going
yeah.
to go straight
I
to YouTube
think
after.
I think the in-person pod in Seattle will rock. And also it's cool that the Jays decided they gave us a night game Saturday, right? Did I read
Night
that
game
correctly?
Saturday. Yes.
Little Saturday night under the lights. Why not?
I really like that. Detroit's
Yeah,
doing that too in Detroit. There's a Saturday night game.
really.
Really
Uh,
like when other teams do that.
yeah. And before we listen to questions, Avery, what do you think's like the deal or going on here with like Bowden? Is it pitch mix? Like I did see the expected ERA is fairly high.
He gets hit hard
He gets hit hard.
when they make it. So the expected
How,
ERA is
how do
going to
you
be.
fix like do you throw more splitters? Like what?
So I haven't looked at what pitches are getting hit a ton. He's like one of the people you use the eye test where he just leaves a lot of stuff middle, it feels like. It's never like when he gets hit, it's because it's hanging. So I'll watch it. The thing with him last year is I said this even at the start of this year, is I didn't understand how he was doing it last year. I I was
Yeah,
like,
because you kept saying like next game this might be like a tough one or next game because I mean the underlying numbers did show,
yeah,
but
I didn't
how
know
do
because
you
the
fix that though? That's the thing.
I could look into some number stuff for the next one as well. It's the fastball's up and splitters down, Kevin Gausman thing, but it's just the stuff's not as good as Kevin Gausman's stuff. Like, is there the other pitch? It was the curveball that you had to put
Yeah.
away. They just keep trying to keep Bowden ahead of the loop with whatever they tinker with, and I think people have caught up to whatever to this version of Bowden. So
Okay.
he's been able to make changes pretty well.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think they need him to do some stuff. Spencer Turnbull, we didn't bring that up as
Yeah.
well.
Spencer Turnbull and Jose Urania. I don't care. I mean,
Here's a Uranus shit. And
yeah, he's shit. Yeah,
if he
he's
finds a
bad.
way to be good, awesome, perfect.
Yeah,
But like
but Spencer Turnbull's a fun name. He
yeah,
is.
no, I don't expect anything from Urania. Spencer Turnbull was legitimately good last year.
Yeah, very good.
He's thrown a no-hitter before.
And did he got surgery, correct?
That's what I thought last year because he was really good for the Phillies at the start of the year, and
Yes.
then he was done for the rest of the season, from
Yeah.
what I remember. He he seemed to change everything because he's a guy who's at 92, but he added Spencer Turnbull, a guy who pitched for the Phillies. I'll just say the Jays signed him yesterday morning. Him and Jose Urania. Really, I mean, it shows that they're not deep enough, and I'm glad that they were able to address it when they did instead of waiting too long. Like when you're bringing Eric Lauer up for bulk.
It's just how long is it going to take though?
That
Kind
was
of.
my question too. No one ever said, or I never heard how long
He's
Spencer.
obviously. They said he threw a couple weeks ago for teams.
Yeah, like, and you, if you think you're going to play this year, you're going to be built up. But we'll see how long Spencer Turnbull takes. But that's a guy who started last year and has also been in the bullpen. So how many fringe guys are we gonna have at some point? Like Yariel, Lauer, who kind of does both.
Yeah.
And then
So are
Spencer.
you saying Turnbull's going to be a starter?
I would think they would have him ready, and but it all kind of depends on what Max Scherzer's up to
So
too, right?
yeah, if Max Scherzer starts, you go Turnbull as a long man, right?
Not even long man, like replace some Chad Green innings, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Chad Green
Turnbull
hasn't.
rocks. I mean, he's. I was a lot of people again like were being negative and like, well, there's a reason why he's not signed. Sure.
That's what I thought too. But the
Yeah.
only reason he wouldn't have been signed was arm health. not
Yeah,
talent. So
fair.
I would like to get some updates on what he's up to. Bowden's getting killed on four seamers.
Four
No,
seamers.
that's not true. Four seamers are good. Split hasn't been good this year, and neither has the curveball. So like the secondaries aren't good on him, and I think teams are you're able to see the splitter right now, and then you just kind of do away with the four seamer because it's got good IVB numbers, it's got good ride, and then they're just hitting all the off-speed pitch on Bowden. But Turnbull's a interesting guy because if he's healthy, Spencer Trimble at 92 was good, but if he's at like 90, things could be a lot different. He averaged 93.2 on his sinker last year, but the sweeper was the pitch that he added from the year before that kind of took him to the next level. Got some swings and misses that he didn't really have before. But he's like a good curveball. He's six pitch guy, four seamer, sweeper, sinker, curveball, changeup, slider. So that's starter's arsenal. I don't know how they're going to use him. I hope he's healthy because they'll need the shot. To me, that seems like Max is they're like preparing for life without Max at all. And do you feel that way?
Was that a look? Could it also potentially be a look on like preparing for life potentially without Swanee
Yep.
for a while?
Yep. I do think that, which sucks.
Yeah.
That's not what we want. Let's look at
It's a good
Vern.
arm to add to a bullpen that clearly needs it though, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find some game logs. This doesn't want to load. I thought I read somewhere that he pitched at the end of the year too. I'm not sure if I remember that at
Yeah.
all. And everything's frozen. Hell yeah. All right.
So
Well,
Jose, okay, per Arden's Welling, Jose Urania is traveling to the West Coast with the Blue Jays.
okay.
He's not
Interesting.
good, Dave.
Yeah, yeah, I know, Jose. Your ring is not good.
Yeah, he's really not that good, unfortunately.
We've seen that. Who are they trying to replace, do you think?
Uh,
Dylan Tate was okay today.
yeah, Deontay was. I mean, he still has Deontay still has like a 6 ER. It's still like question marks when he's in the game.
It is.
But the same thing. It's like the same thing with Urania. You know, it's like the same pitcher.
Yep. Did Urania even play? I think he played for maybe
Pretty sure
multiple
he's on the
teams.
Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a phantom signing to be honest to wake up to.
Yeah.
Spencer Turnbull and Jose Urania. You know?
It was at like 10 in the morning that they did it
Yeah,
too. I was shocked.
yeah.
Okay, let me do my new computer is fucking up, which is great. All right, we're back. I got some listener questions. A
Let's
bunch.
hear it.
People aren't happy. People want John Schneider done, but I will try and work through as many of these as I can. The first one, is it time to fire Schneider? Sure, it's also the player's fault, but after the Saturday game, keeping Jimmy in, even though he's battling command and velo, it's hard to win ball games when they're being managed wrong. I
What is
don't.
John Schneider going to do, man? His lineup can't hit home runs right now. Is he going to step in the box, give him steroids, and hit home runs? Like he would probably Avery. Where would you put John Schneider on your totem pole of things to be complaining about? Complaining about.
He's like close to the bottom.
Me too. I think Ross is significantly higher. I
Yeah,
think the players are significantly higher. I can't stomach putting it on John Schneider, man.
I can't either. Do I think he helps the team that much? No, I don't. But I don't think he is actively hurting this team and I
No,
don't know
yeah,
how much he does. It's a lot of just managing relationships and putting the right people out there. But even lineup decisions are probably made by some people, um, like some of the analytics guys and matchup based. So he's pretty low on mine.
yeah.
Question: do we simply lack the talent? This guy's getting to the point where it's not
I,
the player's fault, as it's not within their skill ability as a group of human beings to be consistent in this game. Roster not strong enough top to bottom, or am I out of bounds on this one? They're not the Dodgers, that's
We're
for
not the
sure.
Dodgers. I
Yeah.
just think our depth can't match up with other teams' depth. Like if you look at a team that's really good right now, the Padres, Tyler Wade has been fucking good. Um,
But Tyler Wade would have a 100 OPS with this team.
oh, for sure. But what
Yeah,
I'm saying is though, the superstars elevate their game, which elevates the bottom of the orders game,
sure.
right? Like you got Fernando Tatis, who is carrying a team that's all debt pieces right now because Cronenworth's not playing. Luis Arias wasn't playing. And he elevates the game of the bench bats because he's playing so well. We haven't really had that.
Yep.
Like, that's where I'm at with it.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Like Xander Bogaerts playing like shit too. There's people trying to drag them down too for a great offense.
Yeah.
What is the most important thing that we'd be willing to give up for a double-digit game win streak?
I would do foul things. I think I'd, I think I'd, like, I actually don't even, I think I would genuinely, I think I'd read an entire, like a 500 page book in 2 days for that to happen. And like, I'm
Okay.
talking every word.
Like the only thing that's that important, besides family and people in my life, is like my phone to be able to put stuff out for stuff we do. So like I don't think I'd give that up. Um, I'd definitely give up drinking for the full year to do that. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
What should the exact starting lineup be 1 to 9? I think it's pretty easy to go around and do that. Kirk catching, Vlad at first, Jimenez at second, Bo at short. Third base is where it gets dicey, I guess. Just
Is Barger,
it's based on who's pitching. Like Barger's gonna hit the righties, Ernie's gonna hit the
yeah.
lefties.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I will give flowers to Agent Zero because I did critique him last pod. He's been awesome out of the 9 hole.
yep, let
He's
him
been
cook
awesome out of
down
the nine
there.
hole, right? I mean, he's pretty good out of the 9 hole.
It's a lot different when you're not hitting the 4 hole for a guy who's probably not the cleanup hitter. Yeah, and then you go George, Varsho, and Lucas against the righties in the outfield, and then you put then I would put Tony as the DH. Pretty easy.
The Tony Taters, he had a great at bat today, and then the ball he hit to first, he fucking mashed it. So I can't really discount that. But Tony Taters, when he's hot, Avery, he's a problem. He's a
Yeah,
problem when he's hot. He's fun.
yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had some great swings, man. Really did.
Yeah.
Still feels like our lineup and offense is incomplete. What can we do to fix it? Nothing. And he's saying free agent JD Martinez. Are we gonna do the JD Martinez thing every year till he's
I
done?
mean, we're gonna be doing JD Martinez when he's 43. I mean,
Yes.
what the thing is, I think, and Avery, I think this is the cock effect. Brandon Belt
Correct.
signs here as a 40-year-old and is lighting the world on fire. I think he had a 140 weighted runs created plus. And we just think, why can't we just sign JD Martinez, old man Martinez, and he can do that for us as well?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just like we're cock pilled.
It would have been awesome to just bring Brandon Belt back last year. You know, he had
Yeah.
the problems,
Yeah.
whatever. But you got some Horwitz production out of that DH first base spot anyway, so that was all right. Did Ed Rogers personally give Avery his ticket to the game Saturday? No, he did not.
Those were great seats.
They were. I appreciate the guy that gave them to me. Should we do roll call for the visiting teams?
What?
I think that's a great idea. Just totally fuck with them somehow and just do roll call.
And they're just like trying to like I think
I think that's definitely funnier than us doing it for our own team.
it is hilarious. Um but I mean
They would have no
I'm
idea.
just trying to think about how confusing that'd be for their team.
Like there's no way any of them would ever acknowledge that.
Avery, I want this clip because it's gonna be this is OG Gate 14 vibes. I want to talk about this. Someone tweeted at me today a picture of a fan at the Jays game wearing a Shohei Ohtani jersey, Blue Jays Ohtani jersey, and I looked at it and I go, I respect the hell out of this guy. I spent money on a Blue Jays jersey. I'm gonna wear it. And it's a Shohei Ohtani jersey, albeit never played for the team, but technically he did for like an hour. But it's just hilarious shit. It's like I spent money. I'm gonna get. It's like when you wear a jersey with your last name. That guy could have said my last name's Ohtani. That's Ohtani 17. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it was hilarious.
Very funny. It gets a good laugh. At what point do you think he bought the jersey though?
I think the hour time period, he immediately like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the custom jersey J shop. He did it online. You think that's
Yeah,
when? I think
yeah.
it's almost funnier if he
I think
was.
it's fair.
I think it's funnier if he got the jersey after he signed with the Dodgers. But maybe the dumbest purchase of all time if he did it then.
Yeah. So, I, I'm just trying to think like when it arrived, or because again, he had an hour time period to order it when Otani was on the plane. Do you think he ordered it the second that tweet came out? Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around like, did he get it as a joke or did he? I'd love to get in contact with the guy, and maybe when we put this on TikTok, people will say that's my buddy. But it's just hilarious.
Very funny.
It's like owning a Blue Jays like Sasaki jersey.
Yes, the exact same thing. All right, another one. In beer league, our defenseman who scored on his own net when he was trying to clear the puck, and we've called him Brian McCabe since then. Fast forward to our softball season, we assigned him number 24, and he lost it, and he's mad at them. Is this whole situation fair or foul? I think that's the most fair thing that's ever
Fair,
been done.
it's fair.
Respectable number, funny thing as a joke that the boys could play around with. I think it's a very, very harmless kind of prank on your buddy. I think,
I think it's a great prank, and if your buddy's mad about it, it like, why would you be mad about that?
you know,
I'm trying.
that's very funny.
Yeah,
Maybe he wants to forget the goal he scored on his own net. Was it a
yeah.
snipe on his own net
And it's
too?
barely. Who gives a fuck if you score on your own net? Who
Yeah,
cares?
that's very funny. I did that this year. It's like not really scored on it, but you just put the puck into your net by accident. Very funny.
Yeah.
This is from Bill. I think he's upset. Bill is upset. Okay. Can we stop playing the victim and making excuses and change the culture of this team and get a manager who reads the room and not be afraid to make a tough decision? Time for a manager change. And honestly, Atkins shouldn't get to pick another manager at this point.
Okay. I will.
I think
Atkins should
everyone
not.
agree.
I agree with Atkins should not have to pick another player. That I agree with.
Get to pick another manager.
A manager. I agree with that. I
Yes.
think this all boils down. I think the main problem with the Toronto Blue Jays is Ross Atkins' lack of ability or inability to like sign bats. I think he's done a great job on the pitcher front.
I disagree. I think the farm system is the way bigger problem.
Or the farm system as well is a massive problem on top of that.
Yeah.
But he's never been able like look at these pitcher signings. All his good pitcher signings have taken away how bad the farm system has been because we have never had to worry about it because we have good starting pitchers, big league ready pitchers already that we've signed in the offseason. In the offense wise, aside from Anthony Santander and Brandon Belt, I guess, we haven't brought anyone in to ease the load off the Buffalo guys having to take leaps. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it just all boils like if you have better guys in the minors pushing up more talent,
Yeah.
it's easier to deal with that. So yeah, I think that's my biggest gripe probably is more that. I think he's
Yeah.
done a fine job of being able to acquire major league players and sign some guys.
Yeah.
How many at bats do you give Barger at the Major League Baseball level before you say he is what he is? He's like honestly, I'd give him 3 more seasons before you say he is what
Okay,
he is.
that's a little bit.
He's
That's a lot.
25 though. Like he's not 30. Like it's we know what we've seen so far.
I would say for this season, in terms of this season, another month and a half
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like regular at
Like you can
bats.
write off a full season, but you can't write him off for good for good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like enough bad at bats will ruin the season and say you don't want to see the guy, but I'm not ready to write him off as the player. Do we have any plans for Cinco de Mayo?
Is that? Oh, it's tomorrow. I no, I don't actually.
We should.
Probably watch the Leafs game.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Leafs not playing on a Saturday.
Yeah,
Are you guys
that's
dumb, stupid, or both?
what happened to the game I love.
Awful.
That's what I want to know.
And the other series gets all the Saturday games, I believe, and they
Yeah,
started them later.
yeah.
That's utter woke nonsense.
As the kids say, yeah.
That's the worst of the worst. And the one team getting 2 Saturdays, I believe, and the other series not getting any.
It's
That's
just Avery. What happened to the game I love? Like you during playoffs, you have the Leafs playing or a Canadian team playing on Saturday
yeah,
at 7.
yeah. It's
That was
really.
robbed from us.
I'm really upset about that. As upset as I can be.
That was
Like
robbed.
you, even in the regular season, you get the Leafs playing 7 o'clock games at Edmonton, so they can be on at 7 o'clock on Saturdays, and they didn't want to move it for the
Yeah,
playoffs.
fair.
It's crazy shit. Is it possible Addison Barger needs glasses like Kendrys Morales? This was an old favorite thing I like to do. Night and day splits for players if sometimes
Okay.
they can't see. So let's see if we can. I mean, Addison Barger doesn't have any stats right now. Um, oh fuck, this one doesn't have it anymore. I'll say yes though. Can you agree with that, John? He needs
Yeah,
glasses.
I would say glasses will fix them.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Is the franchise just cursed? Seems 2 years in a row we struggle with runners in
we're not
scoring
cursed.
position.
We're not cursed. Let me tell you who's cursed. Okay, the
Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild have lost, or even the city of Minnesota as a whole. I don't think they've won a championship in. When was the last time a Minnesota team won a championship?
It's gonna be a decent amount of time,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was gonna say like the Vikings haven't won in a while. Wild, no. Twins, never. Or Twins did in
Timberwolves,
like the '80s. Yeah, I think it could be worse. You could be the Minnesota sports fan.
and you have a whole nother team to cheer for.
Yeah,
Like you have four of them to
yeah,
be in that city.
yeah, and they're all kind of heartbreak though.
Yeah. Do we agree that our inability to really bury teams, even in games we win, is causing all our relievers to throw high stress innings all the time that have finally caught up with us this weekend?
We
Or
kind of
is the
touched on that. I
or is
mean,
the pen bad? I think it's
I think the Penn's good, and they've been thrown to the wolves every single day.
back end of the pen is good.
Yes, even
That
Mason Fluharty's good, man.
I would put him as my back end guy.
Yeah,
I,
Brennan
I
Little's
put
good
him
as well.
Little, Fluardi, Jimmy, Hoffman. I have
Yeah,
as my kind of back end guys right now. Last in last in homers in the majors. Do we think it's a change of approach that turns them around? They're not
I don't know at
trying to
this
not
point.
hit
At
home
this point,
runs.
all you can do is just pray.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Okay. I'm 100% okay with the platoon type approach and playing some matchups, but I feel like there's a time and place for that, and it's not the sixth inning. Thoughts?
Yeah,
At
I
that point, I didn't think so either. Yeah.
I kind of agree. To be honest with you, I think taking the bat away from a guy to platoon or in the sixth inning is a little crazy.
Yep. Especially when you know you're gonna get all right-handers after that.
Like that comeback rocked today. I thought they were really gonna actually do it.
Yep. How far is Brandon Belt from Anaheim, and how soon can we get him on a plane there?
I will say, you know how how sick the locker room would be if just the cock walks in? Would be kind of cool.
Yeah, some guys haven't heard from Brandon Belt. We need some good Brandon Belt stories back in the locker room too. That'd be awesome. How long are we gonna keep Roden and Barger up?
I think what's happening to Roden right now is terrible for his development. Is that a hot take?
Oh,
I think him playing. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to start today. Dalton Varsho got injured, so he started and went 0 for Alan Roden today. Um, I think. How do I say this? I think Alan Roden will be better in the minors right now. Unfortunately, every day at bats, get the confidence back up. You're not going out there and facing hard big leaguers and sitting.
but I also think what Barger's doing is potentially bad for his development too, right? Like
Yeah,
playing every day and struggling.
yeah,
So I think for both of them, I don't know what you do. Roden, I'm fine to go down. Like I want him to play at this point, but I don't know like if Klase is he's probably the natural guy who's up next. Um, Thoughts on trading for Byron Buxton?
What?
Byron Buxton is or was like my favorite player in baseball. I every year for fantasy, I was like, this is the year he's gonna do it. He's not gonna be hurt. I like watching Byron Buxton play baseball when he was healthy in those couple of years was my favorite thing in the world. So I would love to have Byron Buxton.
Yeah, that's fair.
Will the Gate 14 becoming an Argos podcast after this pathetic performance on Johnny Day?
I mean, the Argos pod would suck, to be honest. I don't know anything about the CFL, and I hate the
Obviously.
CFL. But I think
People aren't gonna like that you hate the CFL.
that's fine. I don't care. Go have at me in the comments. But I I changed my name. I'm not the Joker anymore. This team broke me in the weekend after the 3 game win streak when the Joker ARCH started. But yeah, I think it's a Blue Jays podcast till the time being. Until we announce that it's not. But we'll yeah, it's tough. But if we made it through last year, Avery, we can make it through anything, my friend.
Yes, we can. If we can
Yeah.
do a full year of it, we'll be okay. What's the best Zach Bryan song?
Tourniquet.
Okay, I like Heavy Eyes is my favorite one.
Heavy Eyes is a banger too. I like Tourniquet though.
Um, this is not a question, but a statement. The Jays losing. We got to get better at spelling, guys. Here, come on. The Jays. He's trying to say the Jays losing on Johnny's birthday is completely unacceptable, and it
Agreed.
deserves compensation.
Agreed. I should be paid $70,000 more for this episode from Rogers.
Yes, they should definitely give you a bonus. Does mustard belong on hot dogs? Of course.
No.
The question is ketchup.
Mustard is fucking nasty.
Dude,
I can't believe you actually enjoy mustard. It's nasty.
I like mustard the
Smells like
most.
shit. Tastes like shit.
People give me flack. I like ketchup on my hot dogs too. But people, like if you go to Chicago, they don't believe in ketchup on the hot dog. It's like only mustard.
Yeah. Mustard's nasty though. I don't know how you like it, Abe.
Um, like I'm not the biggest mustard guy in the world. I'll
You
say
sound
that.
like it.
No, I think
I
it's
mean,
good
you
on,
sound
I
like you're a
think it's
mustard
good.
guy.
I think it's good on hot dogs, and
Okay.
I like a little Dijon from time to time. What's our favorite baseball jersey of all time? It's a fantastic question.
Man,
I'm a Jersey head. I love them.
I love the Phillies baby blues or the Padres creams.
Yeah, those are some really good ones. I really like the Diamondbacks purple. That's some of it's probably one of my favorite baseball jerseys of all time. Purple Randy Johnson one, I think is a banger. Was Bowden too caught up in the June today festivities?
No,
Possibly.
I don't think he even knew it was my birthday, to be honest with you.
Oh, this is a hilarious question. I think this is like rage bait's the wrong term for what he asked, but hilarious. Do you guys see any future for Tiedemann or Barriera on this team as an impact arm? I don't know what year you're trying to
Like
talk
what,
about.
2031? I
Yeah,
don't know.
hopefully Tiedemann
I will
soon.
say, shout out Kale Steven.
Cal.
Cal Steven. The dude shoved again. Like, do the Dunedins have just the greatest three-headed monster in MLB history?
They might.
In minor league baseball history? Gage? Gage?
They have him out of the pen, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he the missing piece?
Well, he's decent length out of the pen. Have him, but Cal, Trey, and Gage have been special in that
Yeah.
bullpen, or not in the bullpen for that team. Will the Junta line save Alan Roden? I think he might be under all of the
I think
Junta
he's
line
like a
stats.
quarter of my Junta line stats. At least I mean, yeah, I like my walk rate was high. 11%.
Time for a trade. Good players don't take months off. Disagree with that.
I mean, good. There's probably been a month where Aaron Judge was terrible in the playoffs last year. I mean, the guy went like 100 in the playoffs. Come on, man.
This is a great question. What Blue Jays players could be on the 100-man roster to face the gorilla? Yariel's my number one.
Ariel's a lunatic.
Yeah, you got to be able to match his nasty. Like the gorilla's going to be nasty. You got to find a guy who's going to do that. I think Yariel would be mine. Do you have
Yeah, I
any?
think Ariel is like a legit raging lunatic. Yeah, or Scherzer. Sorry, Scherzer. Scherzer's
Okay,
a crazy person.
yeah, that's also another really good
Yeah.
one. Does David Popkins need to be ejected again for us to start hitting home runs?
Uh, is there a rule on how many times you can get ejected?
Nope, I don't think so.
But what if
It's
you
not,
get ejected back to back games?
I don't think it's like technical fouls in the NBA. Like, let's set the record. Fuck it.
If I'm David Popkins, I'm getting ejected every game. Fuck it.
The old Charlie Montoyo way. Uh, can we talk a little bit about early stats and overperforming early in the season and the
Yeah.
expectations that come along with that? I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about what you really want me to talk about here, but we look at some teams that get off to too hot of starts but it's able to carry them through. I think of the Rays 2 years ago when
Yeah.
they got off to what it was 11, 12 game win streak to start, and they just
Mhm.
cruised to the playoffs
I
after
would
that.
like a double digit win streak.
Yeah, soon. I'd be
I
fine
would
with
welcome it actually.
it. Yes, really
I
good.
would if it happened while we were in Seattle so we could dunk on the Mariners fans, I think that'd be cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who tells the pitcher what to throw to batters? Okay, so there's a
I
bunch of
think a
different
lot of the
things.
times I think the older the pitcher, it's the pitcher. Like I think Bassett majority of the
Bassett
time
is the
calls
one
his
who
own
does it. Yeah.
Bassett, Scherzer probably calls his own game. Gossman, you think?
I don't think so.
No?
He doesn't wear the the pitch comm. But then again, Alejandro Kirk has an earpiece in too, right? Like in the back of his thing. So someone is calling pitches and it's not Pete.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think that's what the earpiece is used for. Start, bench, cut these appetizers: nachos, mozzarella sticks, buffalo chicken dip,
Buffalo chicken dip is goated,
and that's starting for me too.
and that's starting. Who do you have on the bench?
Mozzarella sticks. Nachos are a
Okay.
little too like,
I'm a mozzarella sticks guy.
yeah, I'm cutting nachos. I like a good nacho, man, a good
Yeah.
plate, but sometimes it gets too messy. I'm not a get my hands too dirty when I eat type of guy. So
Fair.
bench
I'm not a
nacho,
big nacho guy. I think cheese sticks, that was called?
mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks are goated.
Yep. How long before ownership starts to panic and makes moves?
I
Like
think
they,
like June, July, man.
no, I think they just did that already.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that what the Urania
Yeah.
and Turnbull moves
Do I
kind of
think
are?
Urania's going to come in here and light the world on fire? No, he gives me vibes from that pitcher the Jays got last year who, fuck, what was his name? The guy from the Diamondbacks.
Oh,
Rodriguez.
Yeri Rodriguez, was it
Oh
him?
my God, that dude sucked.
Yes.
Wow.
He was the one who gave up the Grand Slam to Jackson Holiday, right?
Yeah.
That was tough to watch. The bullpen is gassed. Offense needs to step it up. If this season is going to mean anything, sure. When does the players only meeting happen? Hopefully never.
Hopefully never. I mean, if it didn't happen after they went on a 1-7, if it didn't happen when they went on a 1-7 rip, I don't know what to tell you. I
Yeah.
think right now, I think this team in the back of their mind kind of has what is thinking what Avery's thinking. Like the power will come, hopefully at some point from the top guys. I mean, Bo just hit his first home run, so that's a good sign. Bo's hitting the ball hard as fuck, man. Nice double. Um, but yeah, I think they think in their mind the power's coming, and they're kind of chilling and just trying to keep their head above water. But this Angels series, they have to dog walk, Ave. Like I'm talking like assault.
I talked myself. I said that, and then I saw who they were facing as their starters.
Yeah,
But it's a must-win series though,
yeah,
pretty much. And a lot of the similar questions here at the end. So I think that's going to end our listener questions segment.
yeah. As always, man. I mean, listen, Friday rocked. Just think about the good times. Don't think about the bad times. But next time we'll be talking to you guys, man. Besides of obviously our live stream on Tuesday, we will be coming at you live from beautiful Seattle, Washington.
Yep. First
Um,
time.
First time ever there. And we'll be there with the people. We'll be announcing some sort of bar event type of thing there. And we'll be just grinding and enjoying Blue Jays baseball in Seattle, and hopefully it's not a nightmare like majority of Blue Jays fans have experienced down there. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you to Fano Canada for sponsoring the video. And we will talk to you guys on Tuesday for the live stream, and then Thursday night live from Seattle. Beautiful, beautiful Seattle, Washington. Gate 14 forever. Thank you to everyone for the birthday wishes. Love you guys. We will chat on Thursday.